Previously on Football, Tactics and Glory. Quick recap of the off-season. We gained a lot of glory for individual footballer accolades, particularly from Draco and Delbridge, and as for sponsors, the only consistent form of income here is Football Bank, but I decided to take a risk and go with Auto Steel. I think I can accomplish one of those goals. So at some point, our luck in the league has to change, and if it does, I think we can make an actual title run. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, there are actually 5 teams from England in the European Cup. We get one of the bonus places by virtue of winning the EFA, and we received a youth player named Garrett, but he will be renamed. Someone who at the time was playing Football Tactics himself claimed the next youth player from my academy, so they are named after him, becomes Ginger. However, he did originally say Cannon Shot, but since they have since stopped playing Football Tactics for now, I am going to make an executive decision and go with Rainbow Feint. It was either that or Slide Tackle for me, but my rationale for Rainbow Feint is that I don't see Bradshaw having a future in this club with Snedden coming along nicely. So I am going to sell Bradshaw. I'm also going to sell Rouse so we can get back down to 18 players, because if you have more than 18 players, some of your players can't get bench experience. Remains to be seen if this reduction of depth comes back to bite us later, but for now, let's get some long extensions on everyone who's cheap enough and see how much money that leaves us with. Not quite enough to extend our till for 3 years, but I will give him 2. And with that, the season can begin. Arsenal have had somewhat of a little dark age in this playthrough, their best finish in the league being 4th and only 1 runner-up trophy. They'll be looking to set the record straight in today's match, which is looking to be a low scorer. Both teams are fairly well set defensively. Oh, why did I do that for that matter? I keep forgetting the DM can suddenly do that. Oh, I gave them so many chances. One of them had to go in. Thankfully, this does mean we have a chance of our own at the end of the half. Once more, please. Oh, what the hell? Oh, this has seen such an improbable combination of events. It's like the game really wants me to lose my opener. Oh, and we go 2-0 down as well. There we go. That's what we were looking for this whole time. But even then, Draco still rolled low. Oh, there's a chance. We've just been... Oh, that's not even a foul, though. Needed to be a foul, although we'd still get one. But then we also get an injury to Binns. Can this start get any worse? We're down 2 key players for the next 2 or 3 games. I don't think there's much point drawing a corner, so I'm not even going to bother with the power shot. And it's completely wrecked. Well, we lamented missing out on Foot's 3rd specialisation level at the end of last season. We have picked it up now, and complete and utter regret of selling Bradshaw immediately, but we have some reserves, and we don't actually need Binns for this one anyway, because he has playing out. Oh no! Okay, we've had a serious problem. The game has, for the first time, crashed on me mid-game. In the first attempt, Davenport actually scored because this initial break-in resulted in a penalty kick. And, well, it's going to happen again, although somewhat different circumstances. Oh! Well, at least we get it to Jerd, but there's still 2 CDs right where... Oh, look at... Oh, I was about to say, look at Davenport go, and... Corner number 3. And it's going to be corner number 4 because Jerd shot and... In the history of this sport, I have never seen such a prolonged sequence of threats. We may actually be able to make it 2 with Jerd because we have the layoff pass and no one covering this flank. Oh, I passed that to the wrong tile. Oh, never mind. It goes in anyway. Jerd makes it 2. See, where I was supposed to pass this was either here or here. And in fact, the keeper's motivation is going to wear out just in time for Jerd to have one more crack. That's a hat-trick. And now he can come off along with everybody else that was involved in that corner fest. I wouldn't have been mad if we gave one back there. We were only 2-1 up when the crash happened, so for us to be 3-0 up now, it's actually kind of cheesing it a little. I think the cool thing is that game being as eventful as it was really good for specialization points, especially for some of our future starters, because we do have to think about the future. Some of our earliest youth players are getting into their late 20s now. We're set to get Binns back next game and Attil the game after. A couple more tricky ties. Thankfully, another matchup where Jerd is going to be better anyway. Ooh, this is a chance. They've not considered that Delbridge has both slide tackle and layoff pass here, so even if this doesn't get through anyone... Oh, actually, this... Important not to get tunnel vision here, because if we just lay off pass now, we get an automatic tackle. We can't do a regular pass because the DM still gets in the way. So we actually want to move to a more favourable position because we have time to do it. And that allows us to score. It always seems like the best choice to take the slide, and sometimes it doesn't work. And is this going to cost us the game? It might yet, because Fellows has seen off the first shot. They passed to the wrong guy, and Liddell's made the intercept anyway. Card was going to take it otherwise. Last kick of the game, but Liddell's got motivation. Oh, how? How did he still score that? No, that is absolute garbage. There is no way we should have drawn that. Pretty awkward placement of the defense. Stupid DM placement aside, I am feeling a little bit outmatched in this game. They've got a lot of good slide tacklers, and there's going to be a rainbow feint as well around the CD. Could have thought about... They had more actions than I was expecting there. I knew we were in trouble there, but I didn't stop to think that they could actually score from that side of the field. Alas, they have, and now I need this to work, which it thankfully does. Ideally, we can make it 2 goals to start the half, just with Delbridge getting the assist rather than Draco. I do like to share the assists around if possible. It's turning out to actually be better that we let Ren walk in, because he's doing something stupid, trying to play to something that clearly isn't Southampton's strength. Oof. That might have helped, because at least we get the ball away from a dangerous player. Played them on side, took the risk, built the wall, managed to see that off. And now their only other option is to shoot. You could have at least shot that. Makes it kind of an anticlimax. Binns returns and immediately gets his 9th specialization level. Pretty easy from here. We work towards the 10th level so we can get even more accuracy on him, he may be able to hit more ground goals. Went from drawing a game we really should have won to winning a game we probably should have drawn. Not going to get any easier. We have 4 wins in a row, Tottenham, followed by Burnley. We're going to try something fancy here. Liddell, with his universal defending, is going to move up into the midfield, try to make better use of his long pass, since we already have 3 players that can play the central defence. This is going to work out for us immediately, assuming that this pass goes through. I could have moved Jerd in, we had time to do that, but I figured why not reward Davenport for holding up the ball in that first turn. And now Mayland is in range. He wasn't in range to make the previous tackle, but it hasn't done us a lot of good because another level 3 slide misses. Fire saves it with a good intercept off the pass. It's going to have to be Liddell that comes over to try and stop that because can't even use a slide anymore. Guerrera has been absolutely bullying us after what was a pretty dominant first half for us. We don't quite lose out, but it was a lot closer than I would have liked it to have been. But we're actually able to get it over to Jerd and make it 2-0 in the end. Maybe a little bit unsportsmanlike for us, but could come down to goal difference in the end, so no mercy. I should consider using that strategy more often then, because Liddell is a defensive playmaker. He just got 2 assists in that game alone. It won't be an every game strategy though, just games where either Draco or Delbridge are tired and Liddell is still good to go. What would make a difference is if we can get Draco to go on a big play, which the way this ball is spilled, we have a chance here. Just nutmeg the first guy, nutmeg, no. Instead it's them who gets the nutmeg or not. Which means now Delbridge can try and make amends for it. Just set up Jerd here. Strong goalkeeper level 1. Still beatable because we have cannon shot level 3. It's feeling like a good matchup for us then if we don't get messed up on a lucky shot. They have some good strikers in terms of accuracy though. Here's what we were trying to do. Very nice. One more good chance yet to really pile it on. This guy does not know how to stop headers at all. We'll just get the 3. Well, actually, it turns out to not be entirely 3 actions, because we did still need to make a play on the ball there. One more thing before I continue. We actually have enough experience for another bench coach upgrade. Soon enough we'll be able to blood youths without even having to play them, which will be especially useful if we ever need to swap out fellows. This shouldn't be the most difficult of matches for us. We do have a relatively easy way to score as long as Draco's passing woes. Well, actually, it was Binns who messed that one up. And this is what I was worried about, though. We do have a level 4 head play user. Does not even take the cross, though, in a surprising turn of events. Which is going to allow Jerd to basically shoot for 3, because I don't even need to send him here. We can just take this shot from here. But of course, in my desire to stop the cross to Scrimshaw, I left that shooting option wide open. This might have been a mistake, but I figured my ideal option was either to try and hold the ball way back here or at least get up to the midfield, so if they do take it off me, which ultimately they haven't, it would have been harder for them to score if they'd taken the ball off of me. But as it turns out, they didn't even get it at all, so this is going to be goal number 2 most likely, and it is. But loses it right back when I was trying to gain some space away from Rockin. This could be dangerous now. I have put Card here to prevent the shot, but he's still got the cross. Well, he's going to break in instead. Yikes. The upshot is that they've used Rockin so much that he is completely knackered even after the half-time interval. Doesn't stop us from giving up another shot. That's direct on the keeper because he's... Oh, what the... We had this game completely won and we somehow managed to concede 2 goals in no time at all. Oh, unless we get lucky and a tackle is missed, no motivation as a result either. Benz is going to be pretty much in perfect position to score this. Alright, this is for the game. Holding the ball didn't work. The LM took it immediately, which means we do have a chance to be burned here. But I put Liddell right there because I knew that it was going to make it as difficult as possible for the fawn in our side to do anything. So we come away with a narrow victory. I think we're really turning a corner and becoming a dominant team again, rather than just a team that relied on a hot streak in Europe. And it shows. We're actually leading this. Huddersfield Town is leading the league. Oh, there is one more thing that I forgot about in the main recording, but we'll take care of now. Long-time viewer, YouTube handle Safini Rythorn made this logo for me. It's better than the one I made with the game tools, so I would like to continue with it. Thank you very much, Safini.